Hi my gorgeous sweetie darlings, I'm so glad you could join me for another video. Today I am bringing to you my reveal of this gorgeous Tiffany & Company. It's a Return to Tiffany piece given to me by my sweetheart over Christmas that just passed. And an extra interesting thing about Tiffany, their Pantone blue is basically exclusive to them. Companies can get close to it, but every color has a specific like serial code, like the mixture that's used for the color mixture that's used to get their exact tone of blue, and it's exclusive to Tiffany. Like no other company in the world can have this exact shade of blue. They can be very, very close, but it's not going to be exactly the same. So that's really interesting. Another interesting fact, they've basically like trademarked the color. Another fact about Tiffany, some people don't know, like my sweetheart asked me recently, why does it say Return to Tiffany? Well, once upon a time when Tiffany had only one flagship store in New York City, these pieces were to be engraved, so you can get it like engraved with your like initials on the back of it. So in case you lost a piece, it would just say, please return to Tiffany, and people would actually return the pieces, and you could just go to the flagship store and see if anyone returned your piece, and you would just tell them your initials and describe the jewelry, and they would return it to you. So obviously now it's just symbolic. I doubt people would actually return a Tiffany piece to Tiffany, but once upon a time that's what it was for. It was so your jewelry could be returned in case you lost it. So yeah, now it's still my favorite line, and I was wearing it today, but I packed it up in the box so I could show you just like how I received it. Basically it came with a little card. All Tiffany pieces come with this little white envelope and this like Tiffany & Company card, so you can write like a personalized note. My sweetheart wrote me a little really sweet note in there. I'm just going to keep it private, but it's the sweetest thing he's ever written, and he's not much of like a writer. It's not really his style, so to receive a written little love note from him was everything to me. So I keep it close to my heart, and I love it so much. And it also comes with a Tiffany sterling silver care card, and then of course the quintessential Pantone blue Tiffany box, and yes, the gorgeous Pantone blue Tiffany bag, and the white ribbon. Usually they have red ribbon around Christmas, so it's kind of weird that they had a white ribbon around Christmas, but whatever. And this is the gorgeous box, and comes in this beautiful little like microfiber micro suede pouch, and here it is. It comes with this little I guess it's like an anti-scratch, like protective little, what do you call this fabric? It's almost like, I don't know what the fabric is called, but it's to protect the pendant basically. So this is the Lovestruck collection, which is quite new to Tiffany. I absolutely love it because Return to Tiffany is my favorite line and the only line I actually like from Tiffany. And I've always loved their vintage heart and arrow toggle. I don't know if you guys know, but they used to have a hollow, like basically the toggle piece was a heart and then there was an arrow going through it, but the arrow was like bent, and like their older pieces it was like chunkier. They have a chunky version, the typical like charm bracelet with the bigger links of this style. So the pendant will be larger as well as the heart, as well as the arrow. What I just love about this piece so much is that they just stuck the toggle, like they made the heart charm itself the toggle mechanism, which is great. So the arrow goes through the heart itself, and then that's how it links. I think it's much cleaner and more beautiful than the typical lifesaver that the toggle goes through. This is just so adorable. Just show you. Sorry, it's kind of hard to show you guys. Hard to kind of show the piece clearly. So on the front, you're going to get the typical "please return to Tiffany," and then on the back it says T and Company 95, and then the serial code. So the serial code is basically it looks lasered into the silver. So this is definitely by far my favorite design. I just absolutely love it. Wrist size, these are supposed to be more fitted. For the longest time, I thought that I had to return it or sell it or something, because I thought my wrists were 6 inches. Turns out my wrists are 5.5 inches. So size small was the right one to get. I'm just so used to bracelets being so big on me because my wrists are quite small. So usually bracelets are too big for me. So I'm so used to that. So getting this on myself is quite difficult. So this is how it's supposed to fit. You're supposed to fit about the finger in there. Apparently skinnier, like more elegant, that's what I should say. More elegant, delicate bracelets should be a little more fitted than chunky bracelets. Chunky bracelets, you should be fitting like 2 fingers in there, and skinny ones, you should be fitting like 1 finger in there, like the more delicate chains, because these are more prone to being damaged because they're thin. So the more room you have there, the more prone you are to be catching on to things. Even when I had a chunkier Tiffany bracelet with the thicker links, I would get caught onto doors and things like that. Like my door handles are the ones that stick out like that. So I never had a problem with this. So there's a size chart on the Tiffany website. Like it will show you like your wrist measurements, and then it will show you like what size is recommended for you. So I'm really, really happy that I have one of these. I've never had this style of Tiffany bracelet before, like delicate chain links. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's actually more versatile than the chunky one, because I find the chunky one to be a little more casual. It doesn't always look great with like every single outfit. Do you know what I mean? Because it's very, very in your face. And I find this to be more versatile. Like this would be appropriate for work. Not that you can't wear the chunky one to work, but I just find this a lot more understated, subtle, elegant. And although the chain is very dainty, it's still substantial. Like it's still strong, and it's not, I wouldn't call it like fragile or anything. So let's talk about the pros and the cons. Okay, cons, because it's this arrow, right? You have a point. It will get stuck on like jumpers and knitted cable sweaters and things like that when you are, you know, if you're not careful and you're just like changing in and out, you can feel it catching on to things that are, you know, knitted basically. Also, because of the design, you see how the arrow just kind of like rests on top of the heart? It will scratch. There's this like pattern of a round, kind of like a half circle scratch just going this way because of the way the arrow rubs on top of the heart. So it's something you guys should keep in mind before purchasing this design. It doesn't matter whether you're getting the larger version or the necklace or whatever. When you are buying this design where there's a toggle going right into the heart pendant, you're going to get scratches on the heart. Like I got scratches the first day I wore it just because the arrow is already rubbing up and kind of like twirling against the surface of the heart. It doesn't really bother me. I polish it as much as I can, but I just love the bracelet so much. It doesn't matter, like silver scratches, whatever, but this particular piece will get scratched up more than the usual toggle because it's directly on the heart. You don't have this lifesaver for the toggle to be, you know, when it's less noticeable on the lifesaver because it's not the same kind of surface. So because it is a flat surface, it's more noticeable. So that's just something that you guys should keep in mind. Also, when you're buying the delicate piece like this, the elegant piece, the the charm is smaller because it's proportionate to the size of the links. So the pendant and arrow are larger when you buy the typical chunkier bracelet from them. I do want both though. I want the chunky one as well at some point. I do love both. I miss having a chunky kind of more casual kind of like statement piece from Tiffany. I always loved mine. But I do love this line. This is by far my favorite line. I think eventually want the earrings as well. The earrings are like, one is a heart and one is an arrow. They also have one that is a rose gold arrow, and that's a couple $100 more. I'm not too keen on it. I'm really happy with just the sterling silver one, but I'm happy to have a Tiffany piece back in my collection. It makes it even more special that it was given to me by my sweetheart. So yeah, also another thing I noticed when I was like choosing this piece out was Tiffany has like a whole range of sizes now, from extra small to like extra large, and they used to only have 3 sizes. It makes much more sense that they have a wider range of sizes, because people don't come in just 3 sizes, right? You will see that they have like a wrist range. My wrist was 5.5 and small was like 5.25 to 5.75, like really exact, and it's like right in the middle. So I can fit like 1 finger in between there. And like I said, the average for the chunkier jewelry is to fit 2 fingers. So these ones are more fitted. So the way they rest is really nice, because they're more fitted. You can kind of like, it won't keep swinging around or dropping down or whatever. And I think they're just so beautiful, and I highly recommend it, as long as you don't mind the scratching on the heart. And I just love it for what it is, and it's so beautiful. And because it is such a elegant piece, it's so delicate, it's comfortable. Obviously the thinner, you know, the bracelet is, it's going to be more comfortable to just wear, so I don't feel like I have to take it off, and I can just like, I wore it in the shower, I can wear it sleeping, and it doesn't bother me. I just really love it. It's a lot more feminine too, because it's just a thinner, more elegant looking piece, and I highly recommend it. Hope you enjoyed my Return to Tiffany Lovestruck bracelet. And I want to know if you guys have gotten any Tiffany pieces recently. What is your favorite line right now? Please leave a comment below in the box. I would love to read some of your feedback on what you think of this new Lovestruck collection. Do you not like it? Do you like it? I like to hear all opinions, whether it's positive or negative. But yeah, I'm really happy that they came out with this, because it's been years since I've actually liked a Tiffany piece. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye bye.